This is Providence Television International, the game changer. Hello again. Merry Christmas to you all. Just a week to Christmas, but we're in the mood already. And the program today, as you know, it's products of Edo College. I want to thank all our viewers who have continued to watch this program, both at home and abroad. We keep receiving letters, telephone calls, and all of that in respect of this particular program. And I'm happy that it has become the toast of people who did not even attend Edo College. That's the beauty of it. But today is another guest we have who passed through that wonderful institution. I'm talking about Honorable Saze Jesorbo. He left Edo College 52 years ago. 52 years ago, and I will say that, I'm proud to say that. 52 years ago, he entered in 1968, and he left in 1972. Honorable Jesorbo, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much. When you heard me say 52 years ago, how did you feel?
Well, it means that one is getting old.
Exactly.
Getting old because some children who were born 52 years ago are already grandmothers.
Some are
and
professors.
grandfathers.
Many are professors.
Many are professors.
Yes, yes.
And many have reached heights
Yes.
that many of us didn't dream of.
Oh, yes, that's true.
So, but it is good when you see your younger ones doing well, and you just remember that where you are coming from,
Yeah.
is longer than where you are going to.
That is true. That is true.
One has to exercise some restraint in everything,
That's true.
because at 60 something, you don't have anybody to impress again but the Almighty God.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
So it's nice. It's nice.
What happened to you in 1968 when you entered Edo College?
Well, when I entered the Edo College, I was quite small as at that time,
As at that time, yes.
12 years old.
Okay.
And it was not actually strange or new to me, because I schooled at St. Peter's Primary School.
Close by?
Yes, which was just on the other side of
Avieme.
Evieme, and my mother was a teacher in the school, and late Mrs. Obadiaru was the matron then.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
She was the matron, and she was a cousin of my mother.
Oh, okay.
So every time during break, when they are on break there, my mother would bring bananas, oranges, and all those. Those were the things you could send to your children then. Bring them and give them to Mrs. Obadiaru. Mrs. Obadiaru will give them to me whenever we came for lunch or dinner. So it was an experience, small boy, with a lot of classmates who were years older than us and bigger than us.
Oh.
Who actually oppressed us.
Even though you were classmates?
Yes, you can imagine your classmates sending you messages.
Oh, my God.
And you dare not refuse, because by the time they give you knock. By the time they give you knock and all those things. But I was lucky. I had a senior boy who took likeness to me. He's late now. Polo. We used to call him Polo.
Okay.
He retired as an engineer with Julius Berger.
Okay.
He was in Lower Six when I entered in 68.
Oh.
So he took likeness to me, and he was protecting me.
So you were his woman?
I was his woman, so to say, and I had some other people too, because my mother was not far. So provisions were always coming.
Well, those flowing.
we were always flowing.
Oh.
And it was a case of not even asking you, please give me, open your
locker.
And
Oh.
whatever you have there. And especially those youths who come late in the night from prep,
Hmm.
when they come and they are hungry. Just open your locker.
Oh.
You can imagine waking you up from sleep
Oh.
to ask you, open your locker.
You didn't refuse. You could
How
not.
can you refuse?
Oh, no.
How could anybody have refused? First of all, they will take your food and then ask you to come and kneel down by their bedside.
Oh, no.
How many times they slip off?
Oh, my God.
Probably is the other seniors who will see you kneeling down at 12 midnight. That will not say, what are you doing here? Well, we didn't used to call them senior.
Yes.
Say,
XYZ, please.
XYZ, please, ask me to kneel down here. And he asked, go and lie down.
Oh.
That was, you see, discipline in Edo College at 68 was at its peak.
Mm.
And that was because the principal we had then, the late A.A.E. Sage, he was an embodiment of discipline.
That's right.
And you will never dare do anything wrong and be sure you will go free with it. You will not. So that was how Edo College was. For those of us who were small, we were treated as small boys.
Okay.
You are in the bedroom, you have removed your towel, about to have your bath, some seniors will come and drive you out.
Oh, my God. Because
because they will ask you, what do you want to see? And some will even tell you to remove your towel. Let them see what you have there. So it was interesting. So those of us who were small,
yes,
we used to wake up very early before the seniors wake up. Then you will be sure that yes, you can have your bath. You can have your bath to your satisfaction. You can wash well.
Oh my God! Now, by the way, some of your classmates, did they also behave that way?
Of course. We were in A.
Oh yes.
There was A, there was B, there was C.
There was C. Yes.
Those of us who were small, 12 years,
were isolated into A.
Yes, small.
Yeah.
Although there were some, actually two, who were about 3, 4, 5 years our seniors, but because they were short
Oh my God.
and smallish, they were in the same class with us. Those ones where they couldn't oppress us much because we didn't know their age.
Oh.
But as far as we are concerned, we were all just 12, 13. Then there were those in B who were a little bigger than us. So those ones too, there was an extent to which they could oppress us. But those ones in C,
those were the big boys.
those were the babas.
They were young men.
Those were the ones that went through secondary
Modern school. Yes.
Those were the ones that went through modern. But a few years ago, there was one that confessed that when we came in class 1, he was already 19 years old.
Oh my goodness.
Which means he was 7 years older than many of us. And of course, when he calls you and sends you a message, who are you not to go?
Oh my goodness. Yet the same class.
The same class, but his friend, in fact, he was even oppressing many of those who were a year ahead of us. The small ones who were in A,
yes,
ahead of us, he was even oppressing those ones.
Even though he was their junior.
Even though he was their junior, because he was big. He was not too tall, but when you see him, you will know that yes, this man has seen life.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
So that was what Edo College was.
Those people, some of them, they usually went back to the farm during holidays.
Yeah, during holidays.
Is that what you want to say?
Yeah, well, they came from they came from villages.
From
actually.
villages, yes.
Like the one I was. He said his community contributed money to send him to Edo College. So on holidays, of course, they have to go to their villages. While the Ajebotas that came from Lagos and all those ones, then they would book for a lorry. It used to be lorry then.
Oh yes.
Buses were not there. It was the Esama that now introduced buses, he know motors and all those things. Then it was Midwest line.
Okay.
And many of them were lorries. So those Ajebotas that came from Lagos, while those ones are going to Lagos, while those of us in Benin were on our way. Those that came from the villages,
So they went back to the farms.
To the villages and to the farms. Yeah,
Oh,
because
dear, oh, dear.
because they have to farm to be able to foot their education.
Yeah, tell us this. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Edo College was a leveler. Whether you were from a rich home or poor home, once you entered the school, everybody was the same.
Yes.
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 Mm.
Everybody was treated the same.
Okay.
The only way you could actually determine who were was those who were Ajebotas. They had regular supply of provisions.
Provisions, yes,
so,
yes.
So they always had provisions, and but outside of that, it was a leveler.
It was a leveler.
Yes.
And you didn't care where they came from.
No,
you didn't.
No, nobody cared.
Nobody
and,
cared.
He helped us a little.
Yes, that's right.
Like in my set, a lot of them came from Lagos. Then many of them too, like predominantly, my set has virtually more of Ishan boys. Many of them came from the Ishan.
Asian division those days.
Yes, Ishan division in those days. And, there were a few of us from Benin here too.
Okay.
But in terms of status, it was a leveler. It is only when you talk of provisions that you now know.
Good.
Those who were really Ajebotas.
Yes, that's right. In 1968, when you entered, who was the head of school then?
Cannot remember.
You can't remember.
I can't remember.
How many heads of school did you?
It was just one head of school.
Yes.
One head of school and then I can't remember his name.
Yes. And that's not your fault because you entered 56 years ago.
56
about
years
that.
ago, yes.
That's a long time. That's a long time.
Remember.
Oh, by the way, you entered during the war years.
Yes. Yes.
How did that affect you?
Well, not much, because when we entered, the Biafrans had occupied Benin and the Midwest, and they had gone. So, but the sense of the war was still there, and I particularly, my mother, there were a lot of Igbos in my mother's house, and for the duration of the war, there were two of them that we hid actually in the roof during the day. And one thing the war did for me was that it toughened me.
Okay.
Because before the war, many of the Igbos had taken their wives and children home, leaving only the men. So it now fell on me. I was the one grinding pepper and tomatoes for them, and then it was the stone.
Oh, grinding stone.
Yeah, grinding stone. My mother made me to go through all those.
You keep talking about your mom. Were you so special to her?
I was her only child.
Oh, really? Her only child?
Yes. After 10 to 12 years of marriage.
And you remained the only child throughout?
Yes.
Oh, dear.
I was her only child.
Is she still alive, by the way?
No. She died 10 years ago.
Okay.
But you see, my mother never treated me as an only child.
Okay, good.
She made sure I did everything that every other person did. Like when I was in primary school, the teachers tended to exempt me from coming to sweep the school compound, because then you have to wake up early, 6:30, you're in the school compound to sweep the compound, which we all did. Once one of the teachers exempted me, but my mother insisted I must.
You must do it.
I must do it.
Good.
So about 6:30, and there was no traffic then.
Oh, yes.
There was no fear of kidnapping and all those things. So we just wake up in the morning by 6 o'clock, 6:30, you take your broom. I was staying in Yoruba Street, not too far from Iyaro.
That's true.
Take my broom, run across, sweep my portion, run back home. But you must not be late for the 8 o'clock assembly.
Good.
Nobody will hear the fact that you came to sweep. So my mother made sure that I did everything that every other child
Did. Okay.
She never treated me as an only child.
Beautiful.
The
Beautiful.
only thing that she did as an only child was to imbibe in me that I must never eat outside. So even when we go out and they offer food, I look at her.
And she will make some signs.
Eye contact.
Eye contact, yes.
I knew when to eat and when not to eat.
Mm.
So the moment they offer food, I look at her. I know. And she's telling me don't
Okay,
eat.
so she was that protective.
Yes.
Very
yes.
good, very good.
Yeah.
Let's go back again to Edo College. You were in what house?
Akenzwa House.
Akenzwa House.
AK. Okay, Akenzwa House.
Who was the head of house when you entered? You still can't remember.
I think Ehametalo or so.
Mm.
Because I know after him, Ije Mutia. I know after him, Ije Mutia became Polo. We used to call him Polo.
Yes.
Ije Mutia became the head of house. All those things, they are. The brain is
getting old. Yes, one can't blame you for that at all.
And it's been a long time.
It's been a long time. But obviously, you still remember some of your classmates.
All of them.
Yes, virtually all of them.
We have a platform. In 2000, we had a reunion, and a lot of them came.
Okay.
From Lagos, from Abuja. I remember all of them by name.
All right.
I remember them by face.
Can you mention some of them?
Yes, there's Tony Obo.
Okay.
There's Engineer Tony Obo. There's Engineer Ojobo. There's
which of the Ojobo? Adolphus?
Adolphus Ojobo.
Okay.
There is Chief Kendi Yakwano. There is Professor Vincent Ojigie in UBTH. There is Professor Sivano Sobu. There is Professor Agaise Osifo.
Really?
Of AAU.
Of AAU, yes.
There's Professor Akim. Akim Osunde, University of Makurdi.
Oh.
There's Jube Jemide.
Jemide, yes, I remember him.
There's Martin Sasemuta. There's Dr. Henry Asemuta. That one is in the UK. In US, there is.
Henry is the one who made aggregate 6 or something?
Yes. Then there's Kingsley Asemuta in Canada. There's Dr. Jude Harrison Adegi. He was very small. He's
small.
Still small. He's one of the best surgeons in the UK now in terms of what do they call it?
IVF.
IVF.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
I was reading a book the other day. He said he has about 200 and something, or something like that, children to his credit.
Yes.
To his credit. So there are many of them. And, they've all done well in their various
fields.
Yes,
that's good. And all these are ascriptions to Edo College.
Yes, Edo College. 68, 72. And then there is Engineer Omorugbe.
He's quite an old man. You don't want me to say that?
No, he's
oh my gosh.
No,
I hope it's not the one you were referring to. When you said some came at the age of 19 or something.
He was one of those. Please leave me alone.
I hope I'm not going to receive a reprimand after.
No problem. He cannot give me knock again. And you see, then we were actually very small.
Oh yes.
When we looked at people like Dr. Ewoma, who was the head. Okay, Dr. Ewoma was the head of school in 1968.
Good.
Jabiu. He used to throw javelin. He was a good footballer.
Good.
He was the captain of Edo College football team. Then there's Eson Romana, as we used to call him. Then there's Vasco Okoje.
Oh, Vasco, yes. Big boy Vasco, yes.
These were our seniors. Then when we stand beside them, we stand and I want to compare. We were just like ants before them.
Oh dear.
Yeah, but some years ago, I came across the three of them and I went to stand beside them. Vasco started laughing. He said, I'm comparing height with he said I'm comparing height. But see, we just discovered that the difference in height
Yes.
became
Yes, I know.
became so small. Unlike then, then Vasco will talk. Who are you to want to even reply?
Wonderful.
Conk.
Wonderful.
Jabio was Dr. Ewoma was a gentleman and soft-spoken, but very, very disciplined.
Good. Were you into sports as well?
No, me, I was a waste pipe.
Oh, waste pipe. Yes, that's what they call. Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
that's
waste
what they
pipe.
used to call us there.
Waste pipe.
That's what they used to call us there.
Yes.
Me, I was a waste pipe,
Oh,
very
dear.
lazy.
Oh dear.
Very lazy.
Anyway, it's not only Sage you had as a principal.
No, there was Sage, but Sage was outstanding.
Yes.
Then after Sage, Mr. Castro V. Alonso came.
Yes, yes, that's Alonso over there.
Yes.
Yes, that's Alonso.
Yes, that's Alonso. Alonso opened up Edo College.
Oh, he did.
Because he was a lover of sports. He brought in all
Oh, a lot of sports boys.
Boys
sports
and girls.
Yes, and girls.
And girls. He brought in a lot of sports boys and girls. That was when somebody like I think Egbejulu and Emena.
Yeah, Egbejulu, yes, I remember.
And Emena Hall.
Yes, that's right.
Became our classmates, even though they were girls. They were in class with us.
Good.
And then the late Dr. Ogbemudia's daughter also came in for HSC. The one that attended Adesua College. She was a sprinter.
Yes.
That
I
one
remember.
also came in. And a lot of sports people. Our respected chief,
Boyo.
Chief Kenesta Oterekme.
Yeah, Boyo.
Then he was Kenesta Boyo.
Mm.
And actually, when Boyo did his 80th birthday, I think 2 years ago, I was just going through his book 2 weeks ago. Boyo said he came into Edo College at 30.
Oh yes.
But one thing we noticed then was that there was this Mr. Afe. He's late now. Eventually,
I.O. Affair, I think.
He retired from Delta State University as a professor.
Oh, okay. Professor Affair, yes, that's right.
We used to call him Titi Kaka. But we noticed then that himself and Chief Oterekme used to walk hand in hand. So we are wondering, how can the student and the teacher? And Titi Kaka was somebody we all respected because when he handles the cane, in fact, he was the one that used to handle the cane that Sage used to ask. So it was later when he did the 70th birthday, 80th birthday, and he told us his story that we knew that himself and Titi Kaka were classmates in the primary school. So you can imagine all sorts of people that but we all related.
Oh, very well.
We all related.
Very
and
well.
Whenever we went to inter-house sports or outside activities, they used to wonder, don't you people have seniors? But they didn't know that in Edo College format was AYB, please.
Yes, that's right.
Boyo, please. Idemuja, please.
Exactly.
Okoje, please.
Exactly.
Ewoma, please. So those that didn't understand didn't know that our own way of identifying our seniors or greeting our seniors was unique.
It was very unique. And it was their surnames even.
Yes. Because everywhere then was senior this. You go to inter-house sports, senior this, senior this. In both the girls and boys' school, senior this, senior this, senior this. But in Edo College, it was please.
Please, yes.
So when you are in inter-house sport and you are calling a woman please, people will be looking at you. The person you are calling a woman please is almost twice your almost twice your height, and you are just calling him a woman.
But that has to do with tradition.
Yes.
Of the college.
Yes, that was the tradition.
That was the tradition.
That was what we meant, and I hope it is still.
I just hope so.
I hope it is still on there because it didn't make you inferior to the other person, and people didn't actually identify those who were seniors and those who were juniors.
That's true.
Except those that later got to know that the way of identifying seniors was to call them please.
Please, yes. And even you remember this as well. We never could call the head of school senior prefect.
No. It was head of school.
It was head of school.
Yes, it was head of school. So
no, the others would say senior prefect, but we didn't.
No,
it was,
in Edo College it was head of school.
It was head of school.
It was
yes.
head of school, not senior prefect or this. It was, and then in the various houses you had head of house.
Head of house, yes.
Yes. The head of house was the senior prefect in the house, but we used to call them head of house.
In other words, all through your years, you were at the old site.
Yes. I didn't go to 3rd secular.
Oh my God! Why did you say 3rd secular?
And that is what we... No, that's what we were calling it then.
Oh my goodness!
Because 1972, we used to trek from Ebieme, Iyaro, to 3rd secular to go and look at the new site.
Oh.
And so that is how that name, 3rd secular, came about.
Yes. We
used to go there.
So it's not derogatory.
No,
it's not. Obviously, it's not.
No, it's not derogatory. It's just that then it was not Murtala Mohammed way.
Of course, yes.
So,
of course, yes.
So they ask you on outing days, where are you going to? Are you going home? No, I want to go and look at the new site at 3rd secular. So that name 3rd secular stuck.
You saw new buildings.
Yes,
at 3rd secular. Did you ever regret not coming there?
No. I was in Lagos, so I couldn't have. When I left, I went to Lagos, so I couldn't have regretted. In fact, I never even visited the new site until probably about 10 years later. Because when I came back from Lagos, from New Benin, unless I had something doing around that second and 3rd secular then, and there was no means of transport the way we have it now.
That's true.
It's either you trek or you take all those old taxis.
Black Maria,
which were very expensive. There were no bikes, no keke and all those things. So if you must go, you must have money to be able to take a Black Maria. So I didn't even know how that new site was until almost 10 years
Okay,
after.
that's all right. So after Edo College, what happened? What next?
I went to Baptist Academy in Lagos.
Okay, for your higher school.
Good. I couldn't make it. Came back to Benin and enrolled at Institute of Continuing Education, ICE, to do A levels.
Okay.
In fact, while at ICE, the former governor Obaseki, we were all in the same class. So that was why when the controversy over whether he attended ICE or whether he had certificate, and I said, well, we were in ICE together for 1 year.
All right.
After 1 year, he left. I always told them, I didn't know the certificate with which he left.
Okay.
But that he said he attended ICE.
That was true.
That was true, because we were together for 1 year. And I even made Professor Heredia realize some time ago that he taught us history in ICE. Although he was in NTA, but he used to come to ICE on part-time. And he taught us history.
You were also at NTA, I think?
Yes, I was at NTA. That was after ICE. I now got employment in NTA by the grace of Professor Tony Heredia.
Okay.
So it was from NTA I went to University of Benin. After University of Benin, I came back to NTA because I was on in-service. So I was at NTA.
Okay, good. When you left NTA, you had a sojourn, I think, into politics.
Yes, when I left NTA, I went into business, all types of business, until eventually in 1996, some people in my area around New Benin, Ward 6. The present was 6, then it was Ward 4 of the old Redo, comprising now of Ipobaka, Ego, and Oredu.
Okay.
It was one local government
I
area.
remember.
And then Ward 4 was what is now Ward 6 and part of Ward 7. So some people in that area, they came, they said, I've just retired from NTA, that I have certificate, and they've been looking for somebody who is a graduate to represent them, that they have been having all sorts of representations. So that was how I found myself in politics. And then it was on zero party system.
Good.
No political party. So you won on your individual recognition,
Okay.
with the assistance of people in that area. So that was how I won the election into the Old Oredu, representing Ward 4 then.
Okay. Who was the chairman then?
The late pharmacist Jabelo Sagi.
Oh, okay.
Jabel.
Yes, yeah.
Jabel was the chairman. I was fortunate. He appointed me as the supervisory councillor for education. So I was there for about 9 months.
So you have stayed on with politics since all that time?
Yes, I've been in politics. Well, yes, I've been there.
Okay. So where have you found your safe haven now in politics?
Well, somebody like me, we don't go far in politics. Because politics, to be successful in politics, you must be a sycophant.
Okay.
You must be able to bootlick.
You must learn how to lie.
And you must learn how to lie.
Okay.
And those are attributes that my mother seriously warns me against. In most of the things I do, I make reference to my mother. Because
true.
my mother taught me the advantage of your dignity. That in whatever I do not compromise.
Good. Very good.
So, and because I don't see myself going to anybody's place and telling the person, this is what Emmanuel Gariba said, because I want to gain favor. But to an extent, in 1999, I contested for House of Reps in Oredu.
Okay.
I didn't win, not because I wasn't popular, because the person I contested with was not as popular, but Chief Lucky Gbenedion had already won the governorship. And I found myself contesting against the Esama, Dr. Ogbemudia, and who was the other? But my opponent had the advantage of being in PDP, and Esama Ogbemudia, and then Lucky having been elected as the governor. Those factors were there. I lost with about 2,000 votes.
Okay. You were in what party then?
I was in the defunct APP.
Okay.
In 2000, I became the state secretary of APP. When the merger between APP and UNCP came, we had crisis. But before this time, Chief Gbenedion as governor had been sending messages to me that how can I, his friend, be the one criticizing him, because Godwin Erahon and myself, Godwin Erahon was the publicity secretary, I was the secretary. So we had the advantage of the two of us being journalists.
Oh, okay.
So we were always writing articles against the governor, especially when he lost the NBA chairmanship the first time. He lost it. We lambasted him. We lambasted Honorable Edo College, who was commissioner for sports then. How can the governor of our state will lose NBA? So when the crisis now,
how do you mean, Governor MBA?
Nigerian Boxing Association.
Yes.
No, not NBA. Nigerian Boxing Association. Yes.
I thought you were talking of Nigerian Bar Association.
No.
Okay.
Nigerian Boxing Association. Yes, the first time he contested, he lost.
Okay.
But
now, what of the moment? What party is that now?
Oh, myself?
Yes.
Well, I'm in APC now.
Now?
I'm in APC.
And there's likelihood of you moving from APC?
I joined APC as a child of circumstance. I was in PDP, but you see, when when Mr. Godwin Obaseki came, we all embraced him. We worked for him. I was one of his greatest critics when he was in APC. But we saw it as a tribal something between Oshomole and Mr. Obaseki. We saw it as a tribal something, and many of us felt that Oshomole cannot continue to dictate for us. And that was the general feeling in the Benin-speaking area.
And we're not going to all of that.
And we won't go into
we'll go to all of that,
Yeah, but-
because this is not a political program.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
yes.
when he came on board, circumstances, things started happening that many of us who supported him, started drifting
Okay, well.
away. So that was how I resigned from PDP in 2022.
Are you a comfortable politician on the party level?
Comfortable by my own hard work, not as a result of the gains of politics.
Are you a happy partisan politician?
Well, I'm happy in that politics has made me to know a lot of people. But in terms of financial whatever, like I told you, I don't involve myself in most of those things that other people involve themselves in.
Very good.
Because in politics, I can tell you that in politics now, I don't have a godfather. I've always made it clear. I've never had a godfather, and I don't still have a godfather. I take decisions based on my conviction. I do things the way I want to do without going to seek approval from somebody else. And in politics, you need to have a godfather if you want to move. But I don't believe that. I tell people whatever I am today, I credit it to God. I give credit to God, my mother, and my family.
Oh, yes.
Not politics, because I've not gained
okay.
anything from politics.
Okay. Chances are that very soon you'll retire from politics?
I'm already retiring gradually.
Okay, that's good.
I'm already retiring gradually because there's nothing politics has to offer me now at my age.
That's good.
Sometimes
You mentioned your family. How large is it? Let me quickly ask that.
Well, we are 5. Myself, my wife, and my 3 daughters.
Your 3 daughters.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a picture over there.
Myself,
3
my
lovely daughters.
Yeah.
Can we have a pic? Yes, that's it. Your 3 daughters, right?
Yes.
Okay. Are they all married?
2 are married.
2
are married.
Oh yeah.
The last one, that one is busy pursuing book.
Oh dear.
Anyway, the 3 of them are engineers.
Engineers, 3 of them.
Yes, if you might want to know.
Okay.
They are engineers. The 3 of them from Covenant University.
Really?
Yeah, so the last one made a first class electrical electronics. So
yeah, that's wonderful. For a Benin man, 3 girls. No pressure points from your family?
Well, there were. But I was lucky that I had a mother that was educated.
Good.
My mother trained in Abeokuta, and she said her last father was their principal then in the teachers training college. So she was one of the earliest Benin women to qualify as grade 2 teacher.
Grade 2 teacher.
Yeah, she was trained by the Baptist mission, and so she didn't actually put pressure on me. And if my mother didn't put pressure on me, I didn't see any other reason. But what actually decided for me is that I come from a polygamous family.
Okay.
And like I told you, it took my mother 10, 11 years to have me. But all this time, my father was a very handsome sanitary inspector. And you know, sanitary inspector in those days with their white and white, they were respected. My father was handsome, and Obviously, as my father was inspecting the bookers, the salons,
So he was busy
he was also
acquiring.
busy inspecting.
Inspecting.
When I say it
can
now, I
understand.
laugh.
I can understand.
So in his lifetime, he had about 19 children from about 15 women,
Really?
but non-married to him. My mother was the only woman of marriage. But all this time, my mother didn't have children. So I, with what I experienced in polygamy, I told myself that
You will not go there.
I will not go into polygamy.
Good, good.
And especially business. So when God brought the 3 children, girls, I accepted them. And my mother too accepted them. Because my mother haven't trained in the West. All those,
So she was quite liberal.
yes. All those Damascus, Ashoke, all those.
Yes.
Because my mother was a socialite. And so all those she had a lot. So she was now converting them into Boba and Rapa for my children. But
Really?
it took us a lot of conviction to make the children wear them. But then I would just tell, anytime my mother's church was having anything, any important occasion, bring them, let them wear this. So I would plead with the children, wear. It's only once. Let grandma be happy.
Good.
And of course, by the time they go, they come back, grandma showers them with money. It was, as time went on, it was not too difficult convincing them to wear now when they were going to
Beautiful.
grandma's place. After that, of course, it goes back into the wardrobe.
The wardrobe, yes.
Until another event.
Good. Talk about your wife. Just how close are you to her?
Well, we are close. We are close, very close, and
yes.
very close by the
Good.
grace of God.
Yeah,
We are both-
she's also retired.
Yes, she was a banker. First of all with New Nigeria Bank, then with Continental Trust, before UBA. So she retired as a manager with UBA.
And she's keeping the home front effectively.
Well, she's keeping it, yes. She's keeping it. We are into farming now, and she's taking care of the poultry aspect of it.
Good.
She's keeping it.
Thank you very much.
Good Christian.
Good Christian. Let's conclude by going back to Edo College again. What message do you have for them? For the school management, from the old boys, for the students who are still there?
My message for the management of the school is that they should learn to lead by example.
Okay.
In our class 1, like I told you, the late Mr. A. Sage, the principal, when we entered, Sage never used words to correct you. But seeing Sage alone was enough to drive fear into you. I can remember in 68 or 69, some students went out of school, they went to watch film, The Lost Command. When they came back, some of them were caught. And there was a prefect that was part of it. And Sage asked that the prefect should be dethroned. He asked for the badge. The prefect said he had not been given a badge yet, because they had just been appointed as prefects. And then Sage made a statement and said, "I'm happy my badge never touched your breast."
Oh, he said that?
Yes, that was the statement he made in the assembly. That I'm happy, in his words, I'm happy my badge never touched your breast. So that was discipline. We didn't need to be told that we should not break rules. And many of the teachers, because Sage was a disciplinarian and somebody who had principles, many of the teachers fell into line. So that is what I will also advocate for the management of Edo College, because if you are disciplined, there is no way your staff will not be disciplined.
That is true.
Awolowo, when he was contesting for the president, he came to Benin and he said when he was Federal Commissioner for Finance,
Yes.
that he never used official car. That because he never used official car, those working under him never also used official car, except from the office to official duties. And that he was not using. He didn't tell them not to use.
I know that. I remember.
He didn't tell them not to use. But because he was not using, there was no one that could come that we have any reason to take an official car home. That is what leadership is.
Yes.
And for the students, we know they are in the Gen Z age or whatever, the Gen Z age, whatever. But even as at that, the principle of discipline in Edo College, we expect it to still be maintained. Many of us are proud today to say that we are Edo College old boys because of the foundation that was laid by past students. There was a day on social media I had cause to almost have exchange of words with an old boy who was 3 years my senior. But I checked myself and I just told the man, I said, that please, because you were my senior in Edo College, I will not reply the way I would have loved to reply.
Okay.
That respect is still very much there. That discipline is still, whether in or out of Edo College, we still see our seniors.
Oh, very well.
As
very
our
well.
seniors.
Very well.
Even when Chief Lucky Benedion was the governor, he still respected those who were his seniors.
Okay.
Yes, we call him Your Excellency. We will not call him Lucky and not because of the position he had. But he on his own still respected many of us who were his seniors.
That's good.
And up to tomorrow, he still does.
Good.
He still does. I will not go there tomorrow and just say Lucky.
That's true.
I call him Your Excellency.
Good.
Or Ikbia. No.
You know, that kind of
No, that was it. So I respect the office he held. And he respects the fact that I was a senior in school.
Yes.
And that is how a lot of other students have spoken about him. That when they meet at the airport, when they meet, wherever they meet, Chief Lucky Benedion respects them as old boys.
Oh, yes.
They too respect him. So that idea of respect should still be imbibed in the students of Edo College. Whether we are in Gen Z age or we are in Gen Z age or we are in Gen C age, it doesn't matter. Once you are inside the four walls of Edo College, that respect should be there.
Good.
There are many of them I meet outside. My senior in Edo College, and they give me all the respect. And
yes, and that's the way to opt out today, because it's been we've been on the road for over 30 minutes. And I think that we've enjoyed every bit of it. At least our viewers have enjoyed every bit of this. I must say that the program has been products of Edo College. You cannot make any mistake about products of Edo College, because they want to talk about the school that produced them. And today, Honorable Sir Zejes Robo has been on set. He's a member of the 6872 set. In other words, he left that great school 52 years ago. That's quite some history. And we must thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you, Victor.
Thank you so much.
It takes an old boy to to bring up a program like this.
Like this, yes.
We are very proud of you, man.
Oh, thank you very much.
We are very proud of you.
Thank you.
When you were in EPS, I never missed your sports program, even though I was also attentive.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Because
thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You knew what to say.
Yes.
You knew the themes, and your diction.
Thank you.
Your diction was what many of us admired.
Well, that's Edo College for you.
Yeah. Please keep it up.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much, please. Yeah, that's the way it is. My name is Emmanuel Igariba. I love to see you again, and wish you all Merry Christmas.